Hi Paola, nice meeting you. How are you?
Hi, likewise. I'm well, thank you.
Great. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a brief start. So, as you know, Coca Cola is an enormous company that is known worldwide. We are motivated by the culture of inclusion, curiosity, and diversity. And it is really important for us that we represent that within the work that we put out there. So, I will be asking you some questions that are for me to get to know you and analyze your skills for the job available that you applied for. In this case, I noticed that you applied for Global Director of Workplace Compliance that has to do with identifying, developing, implementing, standardizing, communicating, and maintaining global workplace fairness policies, processes, and programs. Okay, so we're going to get started. And the first question is, what attracted you to this company?
I believe it would be an honor to work in a worldwide recognized brand. I greatly admire their trajectory up until now and would love to be part of Coca Cola in their future endeavors. For the specific role of Global Director of Workplace Compliance, I've always liked working with people and for the people. I believe I can assume this role quite naturally, for I find my personal values very aligned to those of the company, and therefore making me a good candidate for this spot.
Great. Now, what are some of your strengths and weaknesses?
So, about my strengths and weaknesses. As being focused on HR all throughout my career, I can say that one of my biggest strengths is my ability to find the best practices that fits a team needs and make them be more productive. To be able to get here, I must say to be driven by my constant curiosity and staying up to date in the best practices that exist, and constantly reading about the workplace psychology to find interesting tools that may be applied to motivate workers to their best performances. As for my weaknesses, one thing that people always remarked about me is that I can be very quiet at first, and most people assume that that's because I have nothing to say. But on the contrary, I usually stay quiet because I like to listen to what people say before and making an analysis about what may be the best thing before I admit any kind of opinion. I guess I'm just very analytical, and that is sometimes hard to acknowledge at first glance, but I must say it has helped me throughout my career to find the best solutions, and people tend to value my opinions because I don't rush to say just things.
Okay, how willing are you to work on your weaknesses?
I'm willing to work on my weaknesses because one of my life philosophies is constant improvement, since I believe that in personal and professional level, there's always something that you can make to be better. My way of improving my weaknesses is in my workplace is to carefully listen to feedback that I am given and with the person dialogue about what's the best solution, and then I set myself a goal and set myself milestones to be achieved in that way to improve.
Why do you think you should be the one hired for this position?
I think I should be the person to be hired for this position because I trust that I have the skills and experience required for this job. Plus, I have great enthusiasm in becoming part of the Coca Cola team. I strongly believe in developing teams to have the best results, and this is just what is needed to actively aware of the best practices needed to be applied and comply with the workplace regulations worldwide. It is just what I achieved in my last job. I think it wouldn't be hard to continue the work here.
Okay, great. That will be all. We will analyze thoroughly and let you know the decisions that we'll be making. Okay, thank you so much. Paula was hired for the job that she was applying for because all the skills and yet all the weaknesses that she's willing to work align with the company and the requirements for that job. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Baena. Please take a seat. I will proceed with the interview if you are okay with that. My first question is, what are your biggest weaknesses?
Well, good afternoon. Yeah, it's okay. My biggest weakness is that I struggle to work in a team, and I guess conflict because when I get stressed, I usually just yell to my coworkers and lose my mind because of out of anger.
Oh, that is interesting. How have your previous job interviews been?
Well, I have an extensive background of job, so I've been through this kind of situation a lot. They usually just ask me about my experience and my abilities, but it's hard to keep up with it. They ask a little too much of you sometimes. So most times I just add a little bit to my resume, like uh, I lied basically, but it's okay. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay, I will take that answer into consideration. Here in GPW, we incentivize leadership since that is one of our distinctives. People are asked to work with different groups in an effective way since that ideas are going to be spread and used for different projects. To conclude with the interview, I would like to know what happened the last time a customer got angry with you.
Well, let me remember. I think the last time a customer got angry with me was, well, what? That was so long ago. Um, so basically, the customer was wrong because I don't believe that the customer always has the right. Like, I do believe that customers can be wrong too. So basically, he asked me about a problem with our service, and I told him like 20 times that there was nothing I could do when actually I didn't really want to deal with it. I wasn't feeling right. I don't know, it wasn't a good time. So then he asked me for my manager, and that's when I went mad because why would you want to talk to the manager? You're already talking to me. There's nothing the manager is gonna do that I cannot. So, uh, basically, he got on my nerves, and I just told him to leave because I wouldn't deal with it. Um, I don't know. It wasn't my job to deal with customers. I just was there to serve, and I got angry, so I told him to leave.
Very well, thank you for your time. Unfortunately, we are not going to meet again since I can tell that you are not adequate for this position since you have to work with different groups and manage different groups. And I think that you have to solve your anger management problems in order to keep a stable job. I think that you have to work on the way you treat customers and coworkers. And I hope you have a nice day and good luck.